Alrighty, so today I will be explaining, first of all, how me and Kayla got through cheating. And I know that's a very touchy subject for a lot of people, and how to avoid cheating. And, just giving you guys a little bit of advice on how to avoid cheating, on how to get past cheating. This is very controversial, so let's see how I do my makeup in the midst of this very tough conversation. Let's do it. Hi. So let's go ahead and get into the story of how me and Kayla ended up working this thing out, okay? My first experience actually being out of the house, being able to travel, and being at Myrtle Beach, okay? That was my first initial thing. I was like, oh my God, We never took family trips whenever I was younger. So, mind you, I was definitely bushy-tail, bright-eyed. So I was like, oh my God, there's the beach, everything. At this time, me and Kayla had been together for about, I want to say a year. I think we were together for like a year. She's gonna have to correct me on this, but I think it was a year we had been together. So with that being said, I was able to meet other models that were more higher up than me. And also I was able to meet other models that just to me were famous at the time. Like a lot of models to me were famous at the time. This was like whenever I was getting to the peak of my modeling career, and I was just like, yay. I felt cool for the first time. Like, I really felt like somehow some of y'all feel about me. And that's not me boasting or anything like that. Like, that's, So, pretty much at the time, we were drinking a little bit. And let me tell y'all something. Don't ever blame it on alcohol, because you know exactly what you're doing whenever you're cheating, okay? You know exactly what you're doing. It first started off with a conversation, okay? Started off with a conversation, like it always does. It starts off with a conversation. And then it goes off into, and I'm not disclosing names, so whoever sees this and they know who it is, they know, okay? Let's not even attract attention to it, please. Thank you. That was a disclaimer. First always starts off with a conversation, and then next thing you know, it leads off into more. You know each other. Like, oh, what's your name? What's your name? Yeah, that type of thing. And then you start adding in alcohol. You start adding in, some smoke. You know what I'm saying? Like, you start adding in all these different things. And it kind of makes you a little bit more comfortable. It minds you that you are like bright-eyed, like, wow, she's really talking to me. Oh my God. Like, I was starstruck. Bushy-tail, bright-eyed, starstruck. Never been to the beach before. I was super, super duper excited. Super duper excited. Mind you, Kayla was back home, holding down the fort, that type of thing. So, truth be told, y'all, my phone was acting crazy, okay? My phone was acting crazy. And I think it was a Boost mobile phone. Please don't get a Boost mobile phone, y'all. If y'all do have one, please throw it away. Please do. Pretty much later on that day, after all the conversating that we were doing, I had talked to my fiance. No, well, at the time, she wasn't my fiance, but I had talked to Kayla at this time. Next thing you know, I was laying in the bed, just chilling, laying there. I looked at the phone, and the phone was still on. And I picked up the phone, and I didn't hear anything, but I knew she was there. I knew she was breathing. I knew she was there. I disconnected the phone, everything. I tried to play and act like nothing was going on. So, okay, so let me tell y'all something. If you are caught, please admit that you are caught. For real. Don't make up no other lies. You already did the dirt. Own up to your stuff. Please own up to it. Because that's what makes it worse, is whenever you try to keep lying and lying and lying about it. For real. Me wanting to lie and try to act like and play like she didn't hear it. But deep down in my whole spirit and soul, I was like, oh my God. Maybe she heard it. Maybe she heard what was going on. So, you know, time went on. I went back home. I ended up going back home, you know, trying to play like nothing happened, right? Well, let me tell you. She said that she heard absolutely everything that was going on. I had been caught, and I need to explain to her everything in detail. I'm not going to explain to you everything in detail because really it's not that type of channel. It is not that type of channel. I had to explain to her about everything in detail. She was like, I heard everything. Absolutely everything. So I'm sitting in the back seat of the car, just kind of like really, really upset. I felt bad. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I literally felt bad. Because when you cheat, you get caught, you actually feel guilty. But at the same time, I had no business even doing that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I was just it was like more of a one night stand thing. It was more of, oh my God, yay, you know, kind of like, oh yay, it's a star. You know, I mean, that's just how I felt about it. Truth be told, did I get my nose, you guys? I don't think I got my nose. I feel like I didn't like it. I hurt her. I really did. I hurt her. I messed up her trust. She was very, very upset. And we didn't break up. Okay. Now we're getting to the good part. We did not break up whatsoever during that time. But I had to prove to her that I was worthy of her love. Okay? I had to prove to her that I was worthy of her love. So, mind you, I never did that again. I'm beating the hell out of my face, though. And I proved. Because I felt really bad. Honestly, somebody being a cheater or have cheated or anything, you have to want to change. Okay? Let's go ahead and put this out here. You have to want to change. Because it is so hard to talk while you're doing your makeup. It really is. Especially about something that you really have to think about because you're having to multitask. We did. We made it through. We really did. And it took a while. I will say it did not come overnight. She did not forgive me overnight. But I will say that it took a while for her to forgive me. And I understand that. And it is going to take a while. I will not sit here and say that it is okay to cheat. It's not. Most people would be like, I would have left. At the same time, what was the reason why you cheated? Honestly, you need to sit down and have a conversation. Before you go completely crazy on this person, you need to ask them, what made you cheat? Like, what made you cheat? And some people really honestly don't know why they cheated. I'll tell you reasons a lot of times why people cheat. A lot of times it's a one night stand thing. A lot of times it's like because they think that they can get away with it. A lot of times it's greed. It is. It's just greedy. And a lot of times a lot of times it's definitely temptation. Being tempted and not being able to leave the situation. Just being like, I'll tell you how cheating actually does start. You start off with, a hello, how are you, It goes off into a conversation. The conversation is what really gets everybody messed up. Don't ever go on a lunch date or a dinner with anyone that you could possibly think that you are attracted to. And honestly, it's okay to admit that you're attracted to somebody. That's the first issue. Never go on a date with anybody, and I call it a date even though it's a lunch. Okay, it don't matter. Even though it's a lunch, if it's you and the other person that you are attracted to, don't do that. Or they're attracted to you. Okay? Because you can really trap yourself up that way. Include your significant other. I would say include your significant other, honestly, if you're going to go on a lunch date. If it is a business, okay, if it's something with a business or whatever, never do really dinner dates with you and that person. Never do dinner dates whenever you're working and doing business. Always do lunch dates during the morning time. Be out in the open. Don't ever be trying to do this whole I want to get to know you, that type of thing. You have to always redirect the conversation. If it starts getting from business to pleasure, okay, redirect it towards the business, okay? So that's for the people who are thinking in your head, like, what if you have like a business date or something? No. We're going to call them meetings. Let's not call them dates. Because honestly, that's how it gets started. It really does. It gets started from there. Be like, oh, well, I just want to be friends. Okay, let me tell y'all something. I just want to be friends. First of all, you ain't got to explain to me whether you just want to be friends or not. Because honestly, your intentions is way off. And it's so different. Let me tell you something. People don't have to explain themselves. Okay? Oh, I just want to be friends. Okay, first of all, you already would like, if the conversation started off, hey, you're so sexy, you're so pretty. Don't even go on lunch date with them. Don't even go on lunch. Don't even continue much of the conversation. You got somebody or whatever. You don't really have to say that you have somebody. You just have to be like, you know what? You're like, oh, well, thank you, Now, if it start getting out of hand, then that's whenever you're like, okay, well, I have somebody. I just don't feel like this is a conversation I would want to lead into. Thank you for your compliment. I would thank you for your compliment. Let's just leave it there. I'm not even. No. You started off the conversation in a whole nother different route. Okay, you started off the conversation in a whole nother different route. To me and Kayla, I wanted to give y'all that. Back to me and Kayla. Me and her. Where is my thing? Okay. So, back to me and Kayla. It took some time. I really had to prove myself to her. And I also had to make sure I'm being sincere. I had to do some inner thought for myself. Because you can't just say, ooh, I'm sorry, and think that it's going to be okay. You've got a lot of work to do. You've got to prove to this person that you want to be with for the rest of your life, or you want to be with, of course, at that time, which I feel like when you're dating, I honestly feel like whenever you're dating, you need to date somebody for a future. I mean, that's let's just be honest, for real. You need to learn to date somebody for a future. If you're wanting to get married with them or being a life partner. Honestly, that's the whole point in dating. So being in a relationship with someone after you have done cheated is very difficult, very hard, I will say. And how we got past that, it was work. I don't know how to really explain to you guys how difficult it truly is, but you got to understand too, okay, you screwed up and you did stupid decisions that you really didn't need to do. And I'm about to tell you while I'm doing my eyebrows. I'm about to snatch these eyebrows straight on. And what? Oh, okay. What the hell is that? We're working up towards the 11th year of our life. We just got engaged this year. So, how we keep from all that? Now, granted, there is temptation. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and tell you that we don't have temptations, because trust me, there's some thoughts out here that will try to mess up anything and everything that you got going on. I'm here to tell you that now. They will come out. But honestly, you have to be secure. That is one word. Boom. That word right there, secure. You have to be secure in yourself. You also have to know for a fact, hey, am I doing everything right? Y'all got to communicate. You have to communicate. Okay, communication is key. And you've got to understand that you are not the only baddest female in this world, or you are not the only sexiest man in this world. Beings, we have lives, okay? We are flawed. All right, you have to understand that we are flawed. Every last one of us are flawed. Don't even think that you're perfect, because you have thoughts too. You have to sit there and think to yourself, damn, like, for the ladies out there, damn, that man look good, or damn, that girl look good. You know, you have to understand that we are absolutely flawed. So every time that you came out and said, dang, he's so sexy, he looks so good, could you imagine him coming up to you and talking to you and giving you the time of day? What would your mind, where would your mind be? Would you be strong enough to not cheat? Would you be strong enough to not to entertain the situation? Or would you fall for it? The grass ain't greener on the other side. I'm here to break it down to you. It's not. It might look like it, but you don't know what all it took to get to that point. You really don't. So don't mess up what you got. Okay? Don't ever try to mess up what you got. That we are flawed, instead of sitting there trying to make everybody completely perfect, because we're not. We're not ever going to be perfect. I'm gonna tell you that now. Since I have a mirror on this eyeshadow palettes by Hank and Henry, I'm gonna use it. But we are all flawed, and quit trying to put everybody at high standards. I had such high hopes for you. This, and honestly, if they're the type of person that is very, very, very combative, and that is like, I don't feel like we should even talk, or this, that, and the third, let me tell you something, they're not the one for you then. If that other person ain't gonna try to communicate and work things out and make sure everything is good, and you've done the best of all you could to communicate, leave. There's other fish in the sea, okay? If that other person does not want to, they don't need a relationship, no way. Because if you cannot communicate and you cannot tell the other person truthfully, like, hey, I feel this type of way, I want this to change, and why is this not changing? And that's another thing why people cheat too. I will tell y'all that a lot of people do cheat because they feel like they're trapped. A lot of people do cheat because something is not there at the house. There's something that they want you to do, or there's something that they feel like needs to change in a relationship, and they feel like it's not gonna change. So a lot of people do that. They do cheating like that. And then there's just some people that just don't know how to be in a secure relationship and like to have more than one relationship sometimes. Those are people who are polygamous. Honestly, if y'all want to do, I'm going to give shout out to some people that I do know that does polygamy. I will say you have to have a agreement. If the other person that you're with does not understand the agreement, then they've got to go. Period. They have to go. If you know, whatever kind of lifestyle that you want to live, or however, you've got to put that out there. Like, hey, I'm polygamous. I don't like just one relationship. You've got to be honest with people. You can't be just sitting there. Oh, this person looks good, and you assume that they are going to agree with your lifestyle, or you're assuming that they're gonna enjoy what you enjoy. No, baby, don't do that to people. Please don't, because it ain't doing nothing but a heartbreak, and you're hurting somebody else's feelings whenever they could be completely happy with somebody else besides your ass. Okay? I just wanted to throw that out there because that's where we're at in this world today. So not everybody is a one person, you know, like some people like more than just one person. And if you feel like that might be your thing, and you feel like, oh, okay, well, I'm promiscuous or something like that, and you can't seem to be in one relationship no matter how good it is, you need to consider being polygamous or something, because if you're not trying to move forward in a relationship with somebody, you're wasting your time, honestly. Don't date just to date for forever, you know that. All right, so I'm getting ready to pause this for a second, and I'll be right back in a flash, okay, because I've got to get these eyelashes on. Thank you. Okay, you guys, this is the look. So if you're wanting to know a little bit more about you know, about the cheating, about like different scenarios I can be able to help you with, definitely comment below. I love hearing people's opinions. I really love people's opinions, regardless if it's good or bad, because I'm a communicator. So definitely do that. So catch you guys later. Until the next story time while I do my makeup.